Hey everybody, Chuck Toki here. I'm about to go into a class of roofing professionals. Before I do that, one of the things I want to cover, and I hear this so often, is we don't want to be a one-call close culture. And we just want to be consultative. And I'll tell you that for the most part, it's very similar. And so when we look at one call close, it has that persona of being hard closing. It has that persona of, you have to put the customer in a corner and beat on them until they buy. And that is not the case. One call close, all that means is that you're planning on closing the day that you meet the homeowner. Does not mean that you're going to do any kind of slick strategy. You're not the dirty salesman. No, it's just that you plan on closing the day of. Now, there's several reasons why you need, and this is how I impress on my sales reps, that you need to be a one close call professional. First of all, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. Now, once you get that piece of paper and a pen, what I want you to do is I want you to write down all the companies in your area that you compete with that truly just are not good for the homeowner. That we have one here that we actually say that this is where salesmen go to die. And so they sell a very cheap, crappy product for the most expensive price. And so that would be on my list. There's other companies out there that are very, very unscrupulous, the way that they sell, the way that they lie to the homeowners. And it's only a very few amount of contractors out of thousands that we have in our area. Many of these other companies are very good. I'm friends with a lot of the owners. But then there are those companies, and these are the companies I want you to write down that are just very unscrupulous, that you would almost feel sorry if a homeowner did business with them. So go ahead and write those down, and you probably will come up with anywhere between 5 and 10. So what I want you to understand now is what your job is as a sales professional. Your job is to save your customers from the people on that sheet. That is your job. You might think that your job is to come out with a check. Your job is not to come out with a check. Your job is not to even sell them. Your job is to make sure they don't do business with the people on that sheet. And the only way that you can make sure of that is that they do business with you. The other thing that you want to look at when looking at one call close is the fact that you're trying to get the customer to make a decision. Now, the chances of closing a customer while you're there is about 50%. And the chances of you closing them after you leave is about 10%. So what kind of odds, if you were to gamble in Vegas, which set of odds would you choose if you were to bet on horse races, or if you were to bet on a machine that always pays out 50% of the time? You would go to the machine that pays out 50% of the time, wouldn't you? So that's why we do a one call close. That's why we teach a one call close. We do not allow hard closing here at AWT. We don't allow it. You can get dismissed if we find out that you're hard closing here. We don't allow it. If a customer doesn't want to do business with us, that's fine. So that's what I want you to understand about one call close. Your job is to make sure that you save your customer from the people on that sheet. That's how you be a top rep.